And today's topic, Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite card right on the screen. A warm welcome to the Canada Credit Card Expert channel. It is our mission to help you select the best possible credit card for whatever it is that you want to achieve. And let's go straight into this card. This is actually one of 4 credit cards in Canada that will actually have the title of no foreign exchange. And this is extremely that is attractive to a lot of people, but we actually want to kind of put it on a scale and actually see whether it's worth the $150 annual fee that you pay for it, while at the end of the day, the earn ratios on this card are not actually that exciting. Let's just start by saying you will actually get 3 points on everything which is groceries with the Sobeys network. That means Sobeys, Safeway, IGA, Foodland, etc., and that will be part of the Scene ecosystem. But once you are not purchasing these groceries, we're talking about across the board 2 points for anything else which is food, that is groceries, non-Scene ecosystem type of groceries, as well as restaurants, food outlets, etc. Now you also get 2 points on entertainment, movies, theater, etc., and 2 points on rideshare and everything transit. Now, having said all that, all the rest would be 1 point, and in the case of Scotiabank, we must actually mention that this card would actually earn you these ratios when you are overseas. So since we don't actually have the Sobeys, Safeway, IGA, etc. overseas, we're talking about the max 2 points per $1 spent overseas, while no foreign exchange is being incurred. Now, because we are talking about Scotiabank, we should definitely mention the Scotiabank Amex Gold credit card, where you will be earning many more points. However, once you left Canada, everything will go back to 1 for 1. So there are no accelerators with the other one, which is the Amex Gold Scotiabank. So that could be a good kind of tie between the two, and that really depends on your patterns. Now, a quick word about this card, since we mentioned no foreign exchange, and we also mentioned the Amex Gold Scotiabank, which is also no foreign exchange, yet $30 less each year. So that would mean $120 for the Amex Gold. But since this is not a comparison video, there is another one coming on this particular Amex Gold Scotiabank. We are going to move straight into the foreign exchange team. It's just a quick reminder. The overwhelming majority of credit cards in Canada would actually incur 2.5% foreign exchange fee. Quintessentially, with the exception of Brim Mastercard, which would actually have 1.5%, and there will be 2 or 3 credit cards. Just to mention, one of them is the Neo Cathay Pacific one, which will actually charge you foreign exchange fees, and Neo in particular would actually charge you 3% FX, the only one in Canada which would actually charge you that much. However, it will actually double the points you are earning. So if you're talking about traveling and you want to get the best deal for your expenditure overseas, you will definitely look into these Scotiabank credit cards, especially the one that we are talking about today. There are 2 other no foreign exchange fees, the Rogers Red and the Home Trust credit card, which is quintessentially flat out 1% cashback. You'll see right at the bottom a link to the no foreign exchange credit cards video, so have a look at it for all the other information. But having mentioned that, since this credit card is pretty poor when it comes to earn ratios, as we mentioned, what is the actual thrill about it is $150 to pay for no paying foreign exchange fees, which quintessentially mean you will have to spend $6,000 just to cover the $150 annual fee. On the flip side, we should actually look at what are the main benefits of this particular card. Now, let's start from a very light one and move up the echelon. Well, you will be getting an elevated tier within the Avis car rental program, and that would be the Avis Preferred Plus tier, which will give you some benefits if you were to rent a car with Avis. But we are pretty sure that you are actually interested in other perks as well. So this particular card, beyond the no foreign exchange perk that would be a feature that would be part of the card, it will also give you 6 lounge passes annually. That means 6 free admissions into lounges within the Visa Companion program. And that is something that would actually make sense to a lot of people, as pretty much you can actually work out 150 divided by 6, that is $25 per admission, which is not a bad rate. And then, on top of it all, this particular card would have one more perk, which we actually consider to be extremely important, and that is the emergency travel medical insurance. And you might actually be asking, why is it you're actually mentioning it, as a lot of cards would actually have it, especially travel cards? Well, as a category 4 credit card, that is a Visa Infinite and equivalents, that would be more than your average card. Just to mention, the American Express equivalents would have 15 days of the same type of insurance. And if we look at the CIBC Aeroplan or Aventura, we're talking about 15 days as well on the Visa Infinite level. TD Aeroplan would do 21 days. RBC Avion Visa Infinite would do 15 days. So you got the point. Basically, if you are traveling, if you tend to travel more than 15 days each time, that will give you some benefit of actually saving some money on the top up. So these are the main perks with this particular card. But we would like to actually look into numbers with you, so you would actually see very clearly what it is about the card that actually could be working out for you or not working out for you. So I actually put some numbers on the screen now. Let's just assume that this particular card is being used for transactions to the tune of $1,000 overseas, and we're going to compare it with the American Express Cobalt card, which is a mega card, definitely for earning points. So all food expenditure on the Cobalt card would net you 5x, and on this particular card would be 2x. So let's just compare the numbers and actually work out the figures. Now, in the event of spending $1,000 overseas, you will be getting 2,000 points, 2,000 scene points, that is, with the Scotiabank credit card, that credit card, the passport one, obviously, and that would net you $20 towards expenditure on travel or on groceries within the scene ecosystem, and that is $20 on $1,000 spent. So just to mention that the Scotiabank actually redemption is extremely flexible. You can actually use it to buy on any airline, any hotel, etc., and then actually redeem the points against the transaction. You do have 1 year to do that. Now, if you were to use the same $1,000 and actually spend it overseas with the Cobalt card, you will be paying $25 foreign exchange fees. Now, $25 would mean $1,025, and $1,025 would actually earn you a total of $5,000 instead of $2,000. In fact, it will earn you a little bit more, because on the 25 you will be getting 5 points as well. So quintessentially 5,125 points instead of 2,000. Now, you did actually pay $25 for the extra 3,125 points. However, at a very, very basic level, you did actually get $31.25 in value that you could be redeeming towards transactions within the American Express Membership Rewards Program while paying $25. So when you look at these numbers, you actually see where we are getting at. You do have to make the calculation very, very carefully, because that is really the crack of the matter. That is actually where these two cards should be looked into very carefully. Now, we do actually know this is a Visa card, which might give you some advantage in some countries, that is. However, the advantage versus the advantage of what you're doing with the points, and obviously the value of these extra points would be magnified by actually transferring these points to airlines if you are into this game. So that is a very, very close kind of competition if you would like to look at foreign exchange and no foreign exchange saving. Now, beyond that, remember that in order to get $150 out of this card, you would have to spend the equivalent of $6,000. So that means quintessentially $6,000 just to cover the annual fee, while at the same time we would like to look into the amount of points that you will be earning while actually not using the card if you were to use, say, the Cobalt card, so what we call the alternative cost. So all in all, we would like to just mention that this card should be looked at very, very carefully, unless you want a very, very simple type of no foreign exchange and no transfer into airline type of thing. And you do actually know the $6,000 would do the trick, especially if you are going to use the passes for the lounge or you need the extra insurance. This card would then make a great sense for you. We would like to thank you for your time today. We invite you to actually subscribe right at the bottom, and we definitely hope we help you figure out this particular card. And again, inviting you again to look into the video we got right at the bottom with regards to no foreign exchange credit cards in Canada. We will see you soon.